Good evening students. In this video, we will discuss rest of the topics of this chapter, that is conservation of plants and animals. Flora and fauna. All the different kinds of plants which lives in their natural surroundings, they are called flora of that place. Okay, they are called flora of that place. Flora means plants and fauna means animals. Okay, so flora is what? Different kinds of plants living in their natural surroundings are called flora of that place. And animals, different kinds of animals living in their natural surroundings are called fauna of that place. Next is IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Now before this, we will discuss some points like, you know that all the components of environment, they are interdependent. Any change in the one component may affect all the other components. So we need to conserve our biodiversity. Okay, we need to conserve our biodiversity for our survival and to maintain ecological balance. So for this conservation, government and non-government bodies at international, national and local levels are constantly involved in the conservation of biodiversity. They are framing laws to protect the existing forest and wildlife. They are popularizing the awareness programs, okay, for conservation of biodiversity. So this IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Natural Resources, which is also known as World Conservation Union, it is an international body. Okay, it is an international body which studied the global conservation status of plants and animal species. They maintain a list which is known as IUCN Red List. Okay, they have classified the different plants and animals in many groups like this. Extinct is given, endangered is given, vulnerable is given. Extinct species, the species of plants and animals which are not found now but once lived on the earth, means अभी वो present नहीं है but पहले अर्थ पर वो थे. So the species of plants and animals which are not found now but once lived on the earth, they are called extinct species. Examples: dinosaurs, they were lived on the earth. Okay, dodo bird, they have become extinct. Nilgiri holly and cry pansy, these are the plant species which of they are from India, which have become extinct recently. Okay, now next is your endangered species that are at high risk of getting extinct. Okay, in this category, these species, they are at high risk of getting extinct in near future due to their decline in their number. They will become in the category of endangered species. Okay, endangered species, these species which are at high risk of getting extinct, means कि जो आपकी कुछ स्पीशीज़ जिनके ऊपर इतना खतरा है कि वो नियर फ्यूचर में ख़त्म हो जाएंगी. एग्जाम्पल: एशियन एलिफेंट, गोल्डन मोल, पिंक पिजन, इंडियन राइनोसोर्स, बंगाल टाइगर, ब्लू व्हेल, अफ्रीकन एलिफेंट, किंग कोबरा, स्नो लेपर्ड. They are some Ganga river dolphin. They are some endangered species. Drosera indica, it is an insectivorous plant. It is also in the endangered plant species. It is also in the list of the endangered plant species. Okay. Next is your vulnerable. Vulnerable species means these species which already exist in low number. These species which already exist in low numbers and become endangered, and they will become endangered if their causative factors like habitat destruction, environmental disturbance, or illegal hunting continue to operate. So that species are called vulnerable species. Means they are already present in low number. वो पहले से ही कम हैं और अगर उनके environmental factors पे effect होता गया तो वो एक टाइम आएगा कि वो किस कैटेगरी में आ जाएंगी, वो भी आपकी ख़त्म हो जाएंगी. तो ऐसी स्पीशीज़ को कहते हैं वल्नरेबल स्पीशीज़. एग्जाम्पल हिप्पोपोटामस, पोलर बियर, गोल्डन लंगूर. These are the examples of vulnerable species. You can see the picture also. Now next is your endemic species. Endemic species, they are the species of plants and animals which are found in particular area. Endemic species are those species which are found in particular area. Means they can be endemic to zone, state और country. Means वो सिर्फ एक particular area में ही मिलती हैं और कहीं भी नहीं मिलती हैं. ऐसे plants और animals एग्जाम्पल उनको हम एंडेमिक स्पीशीज़ कहते हैं. दे कैन बी एंडेमिक टू जोन, दे कैन बी एंडेमिक टू स्टेट, एंड दे कैन बी एंडेमिक टू कंट्री. सो दोज स्पीशीज आर कॉल्ड एंडेमिक स्पीशीज. हियर दी सम पिक्चर्स आर गिवन like Ganga river dolphin. It is an endemic aquatic animal. They lives only in the river Ganga. Asiatic lion, they are found in Gir National Park in Gujarat. This next one is this lion-tailed macaque. They are found in southwest India. This one is your Nilgiri tahr. It is endemic to Nilgiri hills. Giant pandas are the endemic species. Their natural home is the mountainous regions of southwest China. So these are the endemic species. Next, about protected areas, means conservation of forest and wildlife. How can we conserve forest? By afforestation, means planting of trees, preventing forest fires, preventing overgrazing. Okay. Wildlife conservation, hunting regulations, reforestation, habitat protections. Then protected areas. Protected areas are the undisturbed habitats of wildlife. For their conservation and for maintenance, both on land and water, they are protected through laws and other terms. So national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves are some of the protected areas created by our government. Okay. First is your national park. It is a large area protected and maintained by the government to preserve wildlife, where other activities like grazing and cultivation of crops are not allowed. These are the large area maintained by the government to preserve wildlife. In national park, the activities like grazing, cultivation of crops, they are not allowed. Okay, only tourists is permitted. There are approx 102 national parks in India. Jim Corbett, Kaziranga, Gir National Park, Kanha National Park, Sariska National Park. Here the list is given about some national park. Okay. Then wildlife sanctuaries. It is an area which is strictly reserved for the protection of wildlife in their natural habitat. Okay. Means animals in the wildlife sanctuary provides the protection and suitable living conditions to animals in their own natural habitat. It does not allow any human activity which disturbs the wild animals and their habitats. In wildlife sanctuaries, some activities like harvesting of timber, collection of minor forest, these things are allowed. Okay. So some examples are there, that is Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary, Chilka Lake Bird Sanctuary, Sultanpur Lake Bird Sanctuary, Bandipur Sanctuary, Madhumalai Sanctuary. There are many examples, there are many names of wildlife sanctuaries. Next is your Biosphere Reserve. Okay, next is Biosphere Reserve. Biosphere reserves are the multi-purpose protected area which is developed to conserve biodiversity. Okay, and they also educate, train and create awareness about environmental aspects and eco-friendly living is called Biosphere Reserve. Approx 18 biosphere reserves in India. Approx, I am using the word approx, like Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, Sundarban Biosphere Reserve, Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve. Okay, Biosphere Reserve. Under Biosphere Reserve, there are many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries are present under Biosphere Reserve. Like in Panchmari Biosphere Reserve, it is consist of one national park named Satpura and two wildlife sanctuaries, that is Bori and Pachmari. Okay, so this is about the protected areas. Next is your Red Data Book and migration. What is Red Data Book? The book which keeps the record of all endangered animals, plants and other species. That book is called Red Data Book. See, the pictures is given, the IUCN Plant Red Data Book, the IUCN Mammal Red Data Book, Threatened Birds of the Americas, Threatened Birds of Asia, Red Data Book of Iran. So it is red in color. Okay, means it keeps the record of all endangered animals, plants and other species. There are different red data books for plants, animals and other species. Okay, it is being published in many different countries and provide useful information on the status of various species. Through this book, IUCN tried to create awareness about endangered species. Okay, next is your migration. Migration means seasonal movement of birds and other animals in large numbers from one place to another to overcome the unfavorable conditions. They return back to their original habitat when conditions become favorable. Okay, reasons क्या होते हैं माइग्रेशन के? To escape the harsh and unfavorable climate conditions, to get temperature, food or water, to get a suitable place for reproduction. For example, salmon fish, it migrates from salt water to fresh water to lay eggs. Okay, fresh water, it migrates from salt water to fresh water for laying eggs. Okay, so these are the reasons of migration. Some migratory birds like Arctic tern, it is a seabird, it is famous for the migration. It flies from Arctic region to Antarctic region. Okay, means North Pole to South Pole and come back again each year. Siberian cranes, normal habitat is Siberia. Okay, their normal habitat is Siberia. When winters come in Siberia, it gets extremely cold. The Siberian crane then flies thousands of kilometers to come to warmer place. They come to Bharatpur in Rajasthan. Okay, so Siberian cranes stay in the warmer places in India for few months, then they fly back to Siberia. So this is about the migratory birds. and this is about the small introduction of the whole chapter. Go through this chapter, go through this video, read it, learn it. If you are having any doubt, then clear your doubts, and in the next videos we will discuss and we will start the chapter that is cell. Okay, thank you.